You know the feeling, right? If you've ever run a business, you've been there. You're juggling a CRM for sales, then another tool for accounting, a third for inventory. Oh, and maybe a spreadsheet for HR. It's like every tool is its own little island, and you're the one stuck paddling between them all day. It's a struggle that can literally stop a growing business in its tracks. So, what if you could ditch that rickety boat for a single, powerful command center? Well, today, we're taking a look at a challenger that promises to do exactly that.
Okay, so here's our game plan for today. We're going to start by unpacking the huge challenge that pretty much every business faces. Then we'll get to know Odoo, the main contender here. We're going to put it head to head with the industry giants, take a peek at its innovation playbook, and by the end of all this, you'll have a really clear picture of whether it might be the right move for you. All right, let's dive right into the core problem. I mean, running a modern business it's juggling a million moving parts, right? And to have any shot at success, you have to be incredibly efficient. This is precisely why a whole category of software called Enterprise Resource Planning, or ERP for short, was even created. I mean, just think about it for a second. When you're using a separate tool for every single task, you're basically building walls between your own teams. Your sales team has no idea what's actually in stock. Your finance people are stuck manually gluing together data from your e-commerce site. This whole patchwork approach, it's not just a time waster, it's a recipe for errors, and it makes it nearly impossible to make smart, strategic decisions.
And that's exactly where the whole idea of an ERP comes in. At its heart, an ERP system is supposed to be the central nervous system for a company, the one hub for all its data and operations. It brings everything together: finance, inventory, customer relationships, you name it, all under one roof. The goal? To give you a single source of truth.
So what was the problem? Well, the traditional ERPs, they were like these giant, impenetrable fortresses, built only for massive corporations with bottomless pockets. We're talking huge upfront costs, implementations that took months, and they were so rigid. That's a total non-starter for today's businesses. You don't need a fortress, you need a rocket ship, something affordable, flexible, and so easy to use your whole team can jump right in.
And that gap in the market, that need for a modern rocket ship, that is exactly where Odoo comes into the picture. It was literally designed from the ground up to be that flexible, powerful alternative. And you know, this quote really nails their whole strategy. Odoo's mission is all about handling complex business needs without being complicated to use. The keywords here are integrated and intuitive. They're aiming for a seamless experience, whether you're a tiny startup or a fast-growing company. And they have definitely found an audience. Over 15 million users worldwide. That's a huge number. It really shows that Odoo has cemented itself as a major player. This isn't some niche product. We're talking about a global platform. So what does all-in-one actually mean? Well, it's a complete suite of business apps. Instead of needing one software for your CRM, another for accounting, another for your website, and yet another for project management, Odoo gives you all of it in one integrated package. And the cool part is, you can start with just one app, say CRM, and then add more as your business grows. Okay, so this brings us to the big question. How does Odoo really stack up against the established giants of the ERP world, companies like SAP and NetSuite? Let's take a look at the data. You can see their different philosophies laid out really clearly here. Odoo carves out its niche by focusing on small to mid-sized companies with a modular, open-source system. Now, what that means for you is incredible flexibility. Contrast that with SAP, which is built for the massive scale of huge enterprises, or NetSuite, which is this comprehensive but cloud-only solution. They're all trying to solve different pieces of the same puzzle. And that difference in strategy really hits you when you look at the price tag. I mean, Odoo comes in at a tiny fraction of the cost of its competitors. This isn't just a small discount, it's a completely different approach to accessibility that makes a full-blown ERP a real option for businesses that were, frankly, priced out before. But it's not just about the price. It's also about usability. Odoo really built its reputation on having a clean, simple, intuitive interface. And while the big guys like SAP are getting better, Odoo's simplicity is still a huge advantage, especially if you don't have a dedicated IT department. Easier adoption just means a faster return on your investment, plain and simple. So we've established that Odoo is affordable and user-friendly, but is it just a flash in the pan? Well, to answer that, we've got to look at its track record of innovation.
The thing is, Odoo has been showing this sustained momentum for over a decade. From winning awards for absolutely staggering growth way back in the day, to rebranding from OpenARP, all the way to its latest versions, which are packed with AI. This is a company that releases a new and improved version every single year. And they don't do it alone. There's a massive global network of over 16,000 partners. These are the folks who provide local support, help with customization, and manage implementation. This whole ecosystem basically ensures that no matter where you are, there's expert help nearby to tailor the system to your exact needs. And looking ahead, Odoo is clearly betting big on AI. Their latest version isn't just tacking on features, it's embedding intelligence. We're talking about AI agents that actually learn your workflows, the ability to ask your database questions in plain English, like, hey, show me unpaid invoices from last quarter, and AI that can scan and enter data from documents for you. The goal here is simple. Let the system do the busy work so you don't have to. So, after all of that, we get to the most important question of all. How do you know if Odoo is actually the right choice for your business? Let's boil it all down to the crucial points. It really comes down to these 4 things. It's affordable, it's an all-in-one suite, it's incredibly flexible, and it has an open source foundation. So, if you're a small or medium-sized business that needs a powerful system to grow into without the gigantic price tag and the complexity of the old guard, well, Odoo makes a very, very compelling case. And in the end, the question isn't just about software features, is it? It's about what becomes possible when all of your business operations are seamlessly connected in one place. What could you achieve with that kind of efficiency, with that kind of insight? That's the real transformation that's on the table.